All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have this class in the evening today. I had a bad throat from 2 days and tried my level best to be fit for the classes. You can still hear a little bit of my heavy voice, but that's all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I was understanding nakshatras, there are two things that I understood after studying the nakshatras, and those two things were the most prominent things of my life. The first thing that I understood was, what am I doing here, and what is the kind of environment which is granted to me because of my purva sanskaras, my past life karmas, and how am I performing? How am I doing certain things in life? So the word here is what and how. Okay. Now you see, I hope all of you know your Janma Nakshatra. Okay. Now, what is a Janma Nakshatra, by the way? Janma Nakshatra is the nakshatra where you have your moon. Okay. So, in whichever nakshatra you have your moon present is your Janma Nakshatra. You see, the team of Brahma, when was creating you for this particular birth again, and there are many human resources managers known as Devatas in that particular team. They were analyzing your karmas, your purva sanskaras. So, based on your karmas, a particular day, a particular time, vara, samay, kala, a particular tithi, okay, a particular yoga, and a particular karna was programmed, was given to your algorithm, and here you come to settle your karmas. Now, there are planets who have been assigned the duty to work on your mind, to work on your thought process, and because of your thought process, you will have suffering. For an example, it is a thought that I should marry this girl. It is a thought that I should marry this person. And then there is a second thought that I should say yes to him. There is a third thought that I should have children with him. Then there is a fourth thought that I am suffering. If you think that I'm not suffering, you're not suffering. You can be a very thick-skinned person. It is your moon who will decide whether you are a thick skin or whether you are a thin skin. Whether you will suffer in a given situation or whether you will not suffer in a given situation. But the question is, who brings that situation? See, planets are working on your thoughts, but who brings that situation is your karmas that are stored in the nakshatras. Okay, just like you have fixed signs, movable signs, and dual signs. Similarly, you will also find fixed nakshatras, movable nakshatras, and dual nakshatras, just like your sign. Because whatever is going in your mind is a sign, and whatever is going in your brain, those seeds are in your brain. Those seeds are stored up there in the nakshatras. Suppose, you all have two eyes, I have two eyes, a nose, two ears, a head, body, two arms, and I give you a newspaper to read. And the news that I want you to read is the global recession which is going on right now. So you read about global recession, I read about global recession. But internally, we are going to react to that news in a very different way. Some of you are going to react in a universal way. Oh, this is happening, we should be very conscious. And some of you are going to react, हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? We are not in that list. Some of you would start thinking for the future, maybe 2 years down the line, पता नहीं क्या होगा. Some of you will feel insecure, some of you will feel nothing. Some of you will feel concerned. It is the same eyes that I've got, it is the same newspaper, it is the same time, we are reading it together, but we are having different internal environment. And why we get that internal environment is because of the energy our nakshatras are holding. Okay, and the planets are just fetching those energies and giving to you on your mind. There is a saying in Jyotish, either you control planets or planets will control you. The only way you can control your planets is when you are reactionless, when you are thoughtless. The best way to find happiness is when you're doing nothing. Nothingness is the highest form of happiness. ये बात आप याद रखना, that nothingness is the highest form of happiness. When you have nothing, you're very happy. You see, one thing was clear to me when I was learning Jyotish was that these planets are going to work on my thought. And if my thoughts are clear, if my thoughts are positive, my mindset is positive, I can take care of my dasha, I can take care of the planet, the transits of the planets, and I can take care of what the planetary energy, the aspect which is coming to me, on me, right? That I can take care. But the karma that I have stored from my past deeds, I cannot change it. And that is why those karmas are with nakshatras. So who is more powerful? Is planet more powerful or nakshatra more powerful? It is the nakshatra who is more powerful, because planetary energy can be molded. It can be, given a reactionless behavior. Okay? But when a planet goes and pick a seed from a nakshatra and just throw it in front of you, that is something which cannot be changed. What does this statement mean? This statement means that you cannot change the environment that is given to you. The environment called life, called bhagya, cannot be changed. It is coming from nakshatras. Jivan, maran, labh, hani, yash, apyash, vidhihat. When you say this line means that these things are coming from nakshatras. Should I repeat? Should I repeat? Labh hani means all the profits and losses are given to you by nakshatras, not by planets. The respect that you get in the society and the disrespect that you get in the society is given to you by nakshatras. The profit and the loss of your life is thrown at you by the nakshatras. Planets are making you react. So, what is the meaning? The meaning is, if you've got your X parents and Y brothers, sisters, and Z husband or wife, or P children, or Q relatives, or R friends, all are already fixed. You cannot change them. You cannot change them. So that means your Janma Nakshatra is beginning. Look, the algorithm is designed by the HR team of Brahma. The algorithm is loaded in the computer, and then you press the enter button. Okay, you press the enter button. That enter button is your birth. Enter button is your birth. It started. So that means beginning of everything is your Janam Nakshatra for you in this life. You began with the Janam Nakshatra. That means when your life began, the first thing that you got was environment. You're born in a palace, or you're born in a jhompadi, in a very ordinary family, ordinary parents, poverty, lower middle class, upper middle class, higher, rich people. You're born, in the family of a king, or you're born in the family of beggar, is decided by Janam Nakshatra. Is decided by Janma Nakshatra. What does that mean? Janma Nakshatra is what we have and what we do. Should I repeat? Janam Nakshatra is what we have and what we do. Janam Nakshatra is WHAT, what? So if you have to ask, what is Navneet? Or what is Lalita ji? Or what is Sparsh? Or what is Neeti? What is Ashish? What will you say? Look at the Janam Nakshatra. The kind of environment this person has got. What? The question is what? What will you do? Let's put it this way. What will you do? We have 9 types of planets, and each planet is also associated with each nakshatra. So there are 3 nakshatras associated with one planet, which I'll make the table right now. Suppose your Janma Nakshatra is Ketu's Janam Nakshatra. अब ध्यान से देखते जाना, अब मजा आएगा आपको. Janma Nakshatra Ketu. So can I say that your Janma Nakshatra is your self? जो पहली बार गाड़ी को सेल्फ मारा, आजकल सेल्फ नहीं होता, पुश स्टार्ट वाली गाड़ी होती है. So that push button, start, and the car started. Okay, now you see this Janma Nakshatra, the moon is present in a nakshatra, and that nakshatra has a planetary association. Okay, वो नक्षत्र किसी planet का हो सकता है. एक बात याद रखना, that no planet is lord of a nakshatra. कभी भी एक planet एक नक्षत्र का lord नहीं हो सकता. Because planets are at the lower level, nakshatras are at the upper level. So if there's a thing which is at the upper level, उसकी lordship lower level के पास नहीं हो सकती. So if you are born in the nakshatra of Ketu, केतु के कौन कौन से नक्षत्र हैं? अश्विनी, मूला, माघा। कोई है यहाँ पे केतु के नक्षत्र में? वी हैव डॉक्टर दिव्याश्री, okay, in the Ketu's nakshatra. Chandrama in the Ketu nakshatra. Now we are talking about what is happening around us. What? You know what will happen is, when you are born, your environment around you. Now Ketu is a very headless planet, and Ketu is a planet who does things in a haste. So you can find an environment around you where people are hasty and headless. They are taking hasty decisions. Or even you yourself can do certain things in your life for which you might have to suffer in life, for certain decisions in life that have been hasty, like quick, like headless decisions. Because your life, the environment, what kind of environment you're talking about here is about haste, is about headlessness. Suppose you are born in the Janma Nakshatra which belongs to Saturn. Tell me who all are there in the Saturn kind. Saturn में कौन कौन सा आता है? We have Pushya, Anuradha and Uttar Bhadrapada. Okay? Anyone who's born with Pushya here? We have Hina here, who's born. Are you born in yeah, Hina, you're born in the Saturn Nakshatra. What is Saturn? Saturn is a graha which is slow, very slow. So if you have planned for a thing and you want to start that thing, things are delayed. What is the environment around you? Delay. Saturn is all about revitalizing law. You're breaking the old laws and you're creating new laws. To create new laws, you have to break the old laws. So what does that mean? You will be considered bad in the eye of many people because you're breaking laws. But then, on the same time, the new laws are only created if the old laws are breaked. You cannot create a new law. You cannot pass a bill until you cancel something. You will restart many things in life. You'll break the taboos, but you are going to be extremely slow. I mean, it takes months and years if you're looking at an initiative. मुझे ये initiative, ये startup start करना है अपनी जिंदगी में, उसमें there'll be a delay. There'll be a lot of delay. For sure. There's no doubt about it. If you are born in Rahu's nakshatra, how many of you are born in Rahu's nakshatra, like Satabisha, Swati? These are all Rahu's nakshatra. So what all Rahu's nakshatra are there? We have Satabisha, Adra and Swati. You see what happens with Rahu's nakshatra is that you can take certain decisions in life. And those decisions will make everyone raise their eyebrows. They will be so sudden decisions, so quick decisions in life that might not be even justified. This is the nature of Rahu. You know Rahu क्या करता है? Suppose we have Nandita ji and me teaching in the same class. So a student makes a mistake and it's a blunder. You know what will I do? I say, okay, no, I'll talk to you, I'll give you a chance. You know what will Nandita ji do? Just get off the class right away. Chal baar. You know, don't show me your face ever. That sharpness is going to come from Rahu's Janam Nakshatra. What are you doing? The environment. You will always meet very sharp people who are super sharp. Your environment, you will be forced in an environment which is a sharp environment where you have to penetrate to get the results. That's what you do. I mean, you can surprise others with your decisions when you are born in the Rahu Nakshatra. You will really surprise. You will not confuse. Confusion is Ketu. Rahu is like surprising others. Very, very quick, intelligent decisions. You can really surprise others. सामने वाला कहेगा ये इतना strict, strong decision कैसे ले लिया? That's Rahu. That's Rahu. If you're born in the Jupiter Nakshatra, you see, Jupiter Nakshatras are what all nakshatras? What are the nakshatras of Jupiter? Come on. Punarvasu and which is the next nakshatra? Vishakha and Purva Bhadrapada. These are the three nakshatras. So when you are born in the Jupiter Nakshatra, it is all about guiding people what is right, what is wrong. It is about enforcement of dharma and law. आपको शुरू से ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट मिलेगा जहां पर आपके आसपास लोग यही कहते रहेंगे ये सही है, ये गलत है, ये सही है, ये गलत है, दिस इज राइट, दिस इज रॉन्ग, ये धर्म है, ये अधर्म है. You are born. See, I'm trying to tell you is that Janma Nakshatra is that newspaper which is telling you that there is a global recession. It is the environment, the bhagya that you get around you. It is not something which is inside you. No. ये बात याद रखना. If Nandita ji will throw a student out from the class is because she got this environment where she's so professional that you're born in the Rahu Nakshatra that you will astonish others with your behavior. That is leave out. Bartel. Get out of the class right now. With Jupiter Janama Nakshatra, you will be in a very lawful environment from the childhood. ये धर्म होता है, ये ऐसे करना चाहिए, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. You know, your parents will be very scared of the law, very scared of the police. कोर्ट कचहरी नहीं जाना, अच्छे घर के लोग कोर्ट कचहरी नहीं जाते. शरीफ environments, सात्विक environment. आप गुस्सा कम करो. These are the environment that you will get when you are born. When you are born in the Chandra Nakshatra, suppose you're born in the Shravana Nakshatra. or you're born in the Hasta Nakshatra or Rohini Nakshatra. Shravana, Bhagwan Vishnu. Rohini, Krishna. You are here where you will get an environment where people around you are serving others. Anyone who is born in the Chandra Nakshatra? Like Shravana, Hasta, or Rohini? No? You will be, Ashish, you will be in an environment where you see, which is a very, very serving or a customer service oriented environment where customer is God, where serving others is like everything. It's like everything. What is the role of Vishnu? Providing food, providing life, managing life like a chief executing officer. He's the preserver. Forget about it is Rohini. Forget about it is Hasta or Shravana. I'm talking about the theme of the environment that you can know just from looking at which planet is associated with the nakshatra. We are not going into the deep of the nakshatra. Within a second, you can identify the environment of the person. You've understood Saturn, you've understood Rahu, Ketu, Chandra. What if you are born in the Mercury environment? How many of you are born in the Mercury nakshatra? Ashalesha, Revati, and Jyeshtha. Jyeshtha and Mercury is all about protecting family and wealth. When you are born in the Janma Nakshatra of Mercury, you will be given responsibility not only to protect the family, but to protect the people who are working with you. You have to protect the environment. Like Jyeshtha is Indira. You know, Ashlesha is snakes. Snakes are protecting jewels. जितने भी मणियां खजाना है, if you read mythological stories, all the khajanas, the jewels, उनके ऊपर नाग बैठे होंगे, snakes, nagas. Indra is trying to protect Swargaloka. Revati is trying to protect animals. You are trying to protect yourself. You are trying to protect your wealth. You are trying to protect your family. You're trying to protect your business. You're trying to protect your finances. Whatever wealth you have, you are trying to protect that. That is what is Mercury Janma Nakshatra. And when you are born in the Janma Nakshatra of Mangal, what are the Janma Nakshatras of Mangal? The Janma Nakshatra of Mangal is Mrigasira. Then we have Chitra, and then we have Dhanishta. What are you doing? In the Janma Nakshatra of Mangal, you are competitive. You'll get a very competitive environment. Anyone who's from the Mangal Nakshatras here? Anyone? You'll get an environment where it is competitive environment. And it's about me, I. It's about whatever I am saying has a value. You will value yourself. If you want to work, you will work. If you don't want to work, you will not work. If you want to eat, you will eat. If you don't want to eat, you will not eat. If you want to marry, you will marry. If you don't want to marry, you will not marry. Mangal is like अपना ढोल पीटना. सब लोग अपनी अपनी ढोलकी बजा रहे हैं, आप अपना ढोल बजाएंगे. This is me. Mars. You are going to protect your feelings. You will protect your feelings, and when you protect your feelings, you are able to protect others as well. That is what soldier does. The first duty of the soldier is to protect himself so that he can protect the nation. कोई भी दुनिया में कोई भी जंग अपने आप की कुर्बानी देके जीती नहीं जाती, अपने आप को जिंदा रख के जीती जाती. You have to live to celebrate the victory. You don't have to die. You don't have to die for the nation. You have to live for the nation. A very competitive environment, yet powerful environment. When you are born in the Venus Nakshatra, what are the Venus Janma Nakshatra? Bharni, Purva Falguni, and Purvashada. Right? When you're born under such nakshatras, it is the marriage, it is the association that has ability to change your life. You are born where marriage, associations, socializing is very, very important thing in life. You will get that kind of an environment when you're born in the Venus Nakshatra, and things will be slow. Venus is again like Shani, it's like slow. It's like transformative environments. Life will keep transforming. Bernie, life is like a traffic jam. It goes slow. And there are major transformations. If someone could meet Prakashji today, who met him 10 years ago, he would say, "Are you the same Prakash?" I can't believe that, because Venus will give you that kind of an transformation that nobody would have imagined. It will give you a kind of a devotion. You're born in the Venus Nakshatras where you have devotion around you. So which is left? We've done Sun. Sun is left. Surya. If you're born in the nakshatra of Surya, it is dharma and spirituality. If you're born in Kritika, you'll become very sharp about your spirituality. If you're born in Uttara Falguni, or Uttarashada, you will be in an environment which is like a fighting, sacrificing environment, which is giving life to others, dharma, spirituality to others. And you become very, very sharp. Uttarashada, Sonia, it's like a battleground. Life is like a battleground. You're standing on the battleground. That's what Uttarashada is. It's like winning in a given situation is Uttarashada. It's like fighting. Fight. महाभारत का जो ग्राउंड है वो उत्तरषाढ़ा है. Kurukshetra is Uttarashada, the ground where the battle happens. But this is the newspaper. This is what I got. All I got in my life was delays and new rules because I was born in the Saturn Nakshatra. But how am I reacting to the given situation? The word how, the word what is my mind. my thought, my reaction, my environment, my circumstances, my bhagya, my wealth is what? What have I got? What car do you drive? So I drive a BMW. But then the question is, what car I drive? Now, how I drive, the way I drive. Do I drive it very softly or very responsibly? Or do I do an extreme rash driving? Is seen from your ascendant nakshatra. What is ascendant? You know, I'll tell you what is an ascendant. Ascendant is like you are like this. This soul is taken a birth. It is on Mother Earth. This is Earth. You're born in Ludhiana here in India. And from here, right in the east, there was a zodiac sign. And behind the zodiac sign, in an angular distance, there was a nakshatra known as Ashwini. That angle, that is like 10 degrees of Aries. This is Aries in the east when I was born. And from me, the exact angle was 10 degrees. So it was Ashwini. So in the horoscope, in the Kundli, you will say something like ASC, ascendant, or Lagna. It has a degree and it has a nakshatra. So this is known as the ascendant nakshatra. These two nakshatras, the Janma nakshatra and the ascendant nakshatra, are the most important nakshatras of your life. Because the word how is your ascendant nakshatra. Suppose you are born in the Janma nakshatra of Shani. You're born in the Janma nakshatra of Shani, which is delay. But your ascendant is Ketu. Now, what is Ketu? Haste, quick, headless. What is the permutation now you make? Inside your mind, inside your brain, you want to take some hasty, quick, headless decisions, but your environment around you is very, very slow. What does that mean? It is a conflict. That you're thinking that I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. The brain is working very fast, but people around you, your bhagya, your environment is slow because of the Janma nakshatra being Shani. So your ascendant is your inside. What is inside your brain is your ascendant nakshatra. I have a Mercedes. What car do you drive? Mercedes. How do you drive? Rash. I drive it very rashly. So when I drive it rashly is my ascendant nakshatra. And I'm sitting in a Mercedes is my Janam nakshatra. I read a newspaper is my Janma nakshatra. I'm not bothered is my ascendant nakshatra. Whatever is going inside my mind is my Lagna nakshatra, my intelligence, my brain. And whatever I'm facing outside is my environment, my bhagya, is my Janma nakshatra. So Lagna nakshatra and the Janma nakshatra. These are two very, very important things that I wanted you to understand. Now, what you have to do? First thing, you have to first write down whether the planet associated with your Janma Nakshatra and the planet associated with your Lagna Nakshatra, are they friendly? सबसे पहले ये देखो कि जिंदगी में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है कि नहीं है, वहीं से पता लग जाएगा. सपोज माय ascendant nakshatra is of the Mangal and my Janma nakshatra is of the Shani. Mangal Shani never gel with each other. It is a conflict. So within 1 minute, you'll understand that my life is going to be aligned or it is going to be full of conflicts. Tell me, you know the friendliness of the planets, right? आपको अपने planets की friendliness पता है, कौन से ग्रह दोस्त हैं, कौन से नहीं है. So, Nandita ji, Swati, which is Mula and Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu Ketu are aligned with each other. So your mind and brain is aligned. They are complementing each other. They are now Moon and Saturn. Look, Ashish, it is a conflict. Your brain, I don't know which one is your Moon and which one is your Saturn. So Sparsh says Mercury inside and Jupiter outside. You want to protect your family, you want to do big for everyone, you want to do large for everyone. But then dharma comes your way. That is the conflict that you're going to have in your life. Ascendant is Saturn. Janma is Moon. Inside, when you have ascendant inside, no. You want to break the rules, you want to break the taboo, you want to do something large and different, but you are stuck in the family responsibility, serving others. The environment is, pulling you back. That's what happens. You have to analyze, you have to write, you have to think, Navneet sir ne kya padhaya abhi aapko. I'm not going to spoon feed you by telling you this is your internal, this is your external. Write a paragraph on your internal environment and write a paragraph on your external environment. Write down. And you will be able to understand the conflicts of your life. आपको अपनी जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ही पता लग जाएगा. अब जैसे नंदिता जी की बात करते हैं, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है राहु केतु. So Nandita ji, what is she written here? Swati is the Janma Nakshatra. Okay.
Swati and Mula is ascendant.
And Mula is the ascendant, which is Ketu's Nakshatra. You see, inside, she wants to do things quickly. Very quickly. If you say, I want to do this thing day after tomorrow, you say, no, why can't we do it today? Inside. But my personal suggestion, when you have ascendant nakshatra as the Ketu, and if someone is forcing you to sign something or someone is forcing you to take a decision right now, today, just keep your pen in the drawer and go out, watch a movie. You'll never fail in your life. You'll never fail in your life. Trust me. Then you're aligned with Rahu. Means do not take headless decision inside your mind. To reach to the head, it will take time. So give your Ketu that time. You have to give that Ketu that time to reach to the head. See, first of all, Moon in the Revati and ascendant in Anuradha, Mercury and Saturn, they are friends. Mercury and Saturn, they are friends. This is a good thing. It's an absolutely good thing. Now you have to work. I've explained you the traits of Mercury. I've explained you the traits of Saturn. Write down. It's an art. It is an art to read a chart. If you go back and listen to this lecture, you'll be able to write what I've said. And then I want this homework to be done from each one of you, because this will give you a very strong foundation of looking at a chart and doing that blind prediction about anyone. Just by knowing the ascendant nakshatra and the Janma nakshatra. Inside Rahu, outside Mars is a conflict. It's an Angarak yoga, where brain and mind are not together. Rahu is going to give you very impulsive and surprising decisions in your life. And Mars needs protection. Yeah, that's my environment. This what Ashish is writing. I want you to write 20 lines on these. If you learn this thing, ladies and gentlemen, if you learn these things, you will learn the art of reading a chart at a very primary level. I want you to open charts and see कि किसी का internal environment कैसा और external environment कैसा है. See, you have to see this. Am I making some sense to you? Yes, no, maybe. It's a very important lecture. It's a life-changing lecture. Yeah, there's a fighting daily. I want you to do this homework where you write an essay on the internal environment and the external environment of the charts of your family members. I've given you the traits of each and every planet. See what that person is inside. अच्छा, जब आप नक्षत्रों को सीख जाओगे, नक्षत्रों के बारे में सीख जाओगे, then तो you will know that person inside out. No, अभी तो सिर्फ हम प्लैनेट के बेस के ऊपर कर रहे हैं. अभी तो सिर्फ प्लैनेट के बेस पे कर रहे हैं. लेकिन जब नक्षत्र की पदा में पहुंच जाएंगे, उनके तत्व पे पहुंच जाएंगे, फिर तो आपको you will just scan that person within a minute. एक सेकंड में स्कैन कर जाओगे. लेकिन you don't have to reach to a decision. Don't be judgmental. Because in Jyotish, there's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing yes, there's nothing no. Everything has a meaning. बस इतना याद रखना. Everything has a meaning. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. It has a meaning. Because if you think this is good, this is bad, then you are becoming judgmental. Yes or no? When you think it has a meaning, then you are not judgmental. If someone is not married, it is not good, it is not bad, but it has a meaning. You understand what I'm saying? When someone is divorced, it is not good, it is not bad either, but it has a meaning. So when you take every concept as a meaning, not right or wrong, not good or bad, not positive or negative, then you learn real Jyotish. This is what I keep, I'm just keep looking at the chats of the students. This is right, this is wrong, this is. I said, I want them to know that everything has a meaning. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong, nothing is good, nothing is bad. I was judgmental when I started Jyotish. I was thinking this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. But then over the period of time, I realized that every bad thing has a meaning, every good thing has a meaning. There's a meaning, there's a value to it. Okay, that's a conflict. Yeah, okay. Anyways. So that's what Ashish is writing. Write them in the group. Type long things. Because this topic requires you to, you to discuss yourself, the internal and the external environment of your life. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, आज इतना ही करवाऊंगा. ये homework बहुत बड़ा दिया है, right? So I have some commitment in the evening. It's my son's birthday, so I'll have to leave, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in the Jyotish Portion 2 batch tomorrow, and then the Shiv Mahapuran and in the evening, and the J10 in the evening. So I'll see you there. आज अभी इतना ही करेंगे, ठीक है? Any questions?